Hi.
Hi. Sorry, I give you Mr. G's link.
Who's Mr. G? Mr. Garcia?
Yeah. That was my school link.
Do you go by Mr. G?
I just want them to call me G and then do this every time.
That's what I do. I could teach him.
What do you go by?
Miss Megan.
Miss Megan. That's sweet.
I don't like my last name, so.
You don't?
What
What is it? Guggenheimer? Forgot it.
Yep, that's it.
I think it's Goebbels, right?
Goebbels.
It's Gardenblorf.
Gardenblorf. That sounds more D&D.
I don't know if
Wesley's coming.
Phil's gonna show up.
I don't know if Phil is either. I know that Wes was in here and then he left.
That sounds like.
Don't
I'm
know.
never, since Phil is our West go-between, I'm never sure if he actually tells him or not.
No, I just messaged Wes directly.
Oh, good plan.
There he is.
He made it. Happy 4th, guys. Big day.
Yeah.
America's been born.
Yeah, it's like Labor Day or something, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened today. It's impossible to tell.
I think
Is your family?
America.
Gotcha.
Hello?
Hi, Wes. We can't see you.
Oh.
Gave birth to itself.
Hello.
Hello.
What were you
Happy
saying?
4th of July.
Whoop.
What was that, Dylan?
What were you saying?
I was saying today is the day that America went into labor and gave birth to itself.
Just popped out of country.
Yeah, but it popped out of it. It popped itself out of itself.
I think Britain went into labor and popped out America.
That's what we're celebrating. That's what. So today is Britain's Labor Day. Is America's Independence Day.
Birthday.
But it's like the baby ran away after being popped out. Like it rebelled immediately.
Yeah. Kind of like a deer, because babies don't have the strength when they come out. Deers do. Like they're up and they're walking immediately.
Yeah, I've seen that for giraffes,
Wet.
and I don't understand how giraffes come out that big and tall, and then they just start galloping.
I think they're in there for longer, aren't they?
Yes, I think.
An elephant's pregnant for 3 years or something.
No.
Oh my God.
Sometimes they're birthing for a long time.
So they're practicing walking in there,
Yeah, well, an elephant's a lot bigger, so they can walk around in the uterus of an elephant.
side of the.
Yeah,
Like a little treadmill in there for them to practice.
yeah. The treadmill is the placenta ball.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, you're just walking like Jake Gyllenhaal in Bubble Boy.
Exactly.
Was that was not Jake Gyllenhaal, was it?
Yes.
Oh
That
my
was his first
God.
role.
Who'd you think it was? Heath Ledger?
I would have thought it would have been somebody more like David Spade or, not Jake Gyllenhaal.
Well, his
You think
next
Jake
movie, he was real serious, and I was like, "What are you doing, Bubble Boy? You're not a real actor."
Yeah.
And apparently, he is. So good for him.
Yeah. Bubble Boy went and did gay porn.
Did he?
Wow, that is Jake Gyllenhaal. Holy crap.
That's a good movie. Best gay porn ever.
Brokeback
Oh,
Mountain? Yeah.
Oh.
I just wanted, I guess I just got reminded, but I want to shout out Megan for telling me the most amazing thing in the world, which is porn where there's a straight guy trapped on a gay bus. And he's like, I gotta suck my way out of this situation.
I don't know if they're trapped, but they offer him money.
Yeah.
And it's like, would you do it for 100? How about 200? And it's like, why don't you just get out of the bus? Because I think you're a little curious there if you're like, oh, I don't know how much you offering.
But if he just walked out of the bus, you wouldn't watch. That's your lane, right? Like, give me that.
That's my kind of porn, is to offer these guys sex they don't want and then see them refuse it. That's what really gets me.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I just like to watch the disgust on their face, like, nah, I'm good.
I've definitely typed in something like lesbians not are having straight sex. And I'd like to think it's actually happening. I'm sure it's not.
Yeah, like I think we've all watched enough porn to where now we want some acting chops, right? Megan, don't pretend. That's the thing with this is a line that I came up with a while ago, but incest porn is the only porn where you really care about the acting.
What's the reasoning with that?
Because you want to believe it. Otherwise, like, just watch regular porn. Like, who cares? If they're just like, oh, stepsis, dang. That's not how people talk.
My favorite, like, there's a YouTube parody about it. I'm sure there's several, but my favorite was this girl. She's like, stepbrother, help me make the spaghetti. And he's like, you don't know how to make spaghetti? And she's like, yeah, I don't. He's like, you just add the noodles in water. And she's like, where's the water, stepbrother? It's so fucking funny. It was great.
And that like really got him going.
Oh,
Do
it
you
got
guys
me
like
going.
stupid
It's not
girls?
about him. It's about me. It's actually
Would I have more dates if I was like, I don't know how to wash my hands.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, what's a sink?
well, it was a parody. So in this parody, though, he doesn't like it. He's like, will you stop being gross? It was pretty.
Okay, so
He was
Okay.
not into it.
It was like a meta bit.
hmm
Mm.
Welcome back, Wes.
woo.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
You've been schooling?
Huh?
You've been at school?
Oh, on Sunday?
I don't know. Wes told me.
No.
Just give us any details about your life, Wes.
But only on
What?
Sunday.
Who are you? No, I on Sunday I'm down in Corrales usually, hanging with the fam.
Ah, gotcha.
Are you done
Yeah.
with school or do you still have another
Oh,
semester?
no, I probably have 2 more semesters, but then I'll be done. Which will be good.
What will you be done with?
Computer science stuff.
Nice.
I'll have like robot arms and stuff like that. It'll be cool.
Like Doc Ock and Spider-Man?
Yeah,
Legit.
yeah,
You don't need to replace your current arms. You can keep those.
right. Yeah, it'll just come out of my chest and my back.
Right.
The poorest placement. How do you sleep?
Almost the poorest placement.
Yeah, I don't know how you sleep when it's front, back, left, and right.
Yeah, it's like on my side or like
A little off.
it's just sort of, yeah. Just sort of propped up.
So
Yeah. What have you been up to, Dylan?
you transfer
Oh.
after those 2 years or after 2 more semesters?
What do you mean transfer?
Are
Do
you
you-
going to Oakland?
yeah, do you transfer?
Huh?
No, do you
No.
are you then you move to a 4-year college? Do you get a degree? What happens after the 2 years, the 2 semesters?
Oh, I get a degree in computer science, a bachelor's degree.
Yay.
Woo.
One hand clap.
That's so zen of you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exciting. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What are you guys up to?
Talk more about you.
Wes,
Yeah,
has
it's your
been on
moment.
Wes has been on the computer too much.
No, I forgot how to talk to people, okay? Give me a break. What are you doing? Popcorn? Do you guys eat popcorn?
So
You drink it, you inhale.
yeah, you see Wes at the movie theater just like buttering his soda.
Oh, that's true.
So
Yeah.
everything's basically opening up over here. So I've been going to a lot more like I've been going to a ton of stand-up stuff. I haven't performed any, but I think this week I'm gonna go like to an open mic.
Mhm.
I met a couple of people.
Mm.
And then on Friday, basically this weekend, all the improv venues opened up too.
Oh,
And
cool.
next weekend, all the improv venues are opening up. So this past Friday, I went to a show. It was called like Your Fucking Relationship or something. And it was maybe like, I think there was 6, 7 people on stage, and they just interview somebody and about their like a fucked up relationship. They did 2 shows. So one of them, they interviewed me.
Mm.
And so they did a whole hour bit on mine and Jess's relationship.
Wow.
And Fish and I were just like walking around after the show, like in the downtown, and we ran into them, and they were like, "Hey, come with us to the bar." So we hung out with them for a few hours, and like over time, even while they were on stage, Fish and I were like, "This is weird. There is a complete analog for every single person you know in improv in Albuquerque to these people." So like one of them looks just like Wes. His improv style is pretty similar. They definitely have a Megan. They have a Janae, and a few others.
I'm scared to see who this Megan is. Like, I'm worried I'd go see her and she's just like a slob, not funny. Like, yep, that's Megan.
But what if she's like too funny?
Yeah, she's probably too funny.
Like not a slob. That's also a problem, right? You got to take her out.
Wait, say that again. If she's a slob but too funny?
What if it was the opposite? Like she's not a slob, like she's like very well put together and she's too funny, and now you have to kill her. Like,
Can only
Well,
do-
no, then I'd be like, let's make a dream team. We're gonna be Jill and Meg. I was trying to think of a word that rhymes with Phil, so it was a play on Phil and Wes, but I guess there's already a Jill.
Yeah, it's confusing.
There's a Pill and Meg. Bill and Meg.
yeah, Bill and Meg.
Bill.
Phil and Meg's Excellent Adventure. So they were super cool. We like exchanged info, and so I think I'm going to start taking classes at this. So this venue is a long form venue, and it's in San Fran. So I have to like, it's like a 15-minute drive. It's not super far. But then I started looking up other stuff, and there's one like walking distance from me in Oakland. That's a short form venue. So they focus on short form. Then there's a long form. There's a bunch of other improv venues too. And a lot of them are this kind of weird, like spiritual improv, like people that are getting in touch with their emotions and their social anxieties. And there's a lot of older people. But there's like a handful of those. And I was asking them about it. I was like, is this like a new thing? They're like, yeah, it's been around for a little while. Like it's weird. They're like, it's probably good for some people, but it's not comedy at all. You're just going and like doing these kind of weird games. People are like talking for 20 minutes at a time about the worst night of their lives. So it sounds more like therapy.
Yeah, that's group therapy.
It's group therapy, but it's
Performative group therapy.
Performative, and you take classes like improv. It was confusing looking things up, so I'm really glad I ran into these people for them to clear it up for me. And they're super cool. They're pretty good, and they were talking about how what's his name? Don't Think Twice was that guy?
Mike Birbiglia.
Yeah, about how Birbiglia went to their venue and then did like a Don't Think Twice like screener, and they like interviewed him, and all of these people at this venue have like performed at like San Francisco Sketch Fest and LA Sketch Fest, and they've done all sorts of traveling and like cool shit. So basically I'm here to tell you that I found the better versions of you.
Thanks.
I don't need this podcast anymore. We're starting another one called Down to Fun 2.
TOO.
TO.
So this is more down to fuck off.
Down to fuck off. Yeah, exactly. No, but it's super cool actually, like finally like finding people, like a crew.
because you didn't find that with us. I get it. Cool, fun.
Because I
Happy
can't
for you.
physically touch all of you, and that's all I need. It's
That's
my love language.
we're all grateful.
So that brings me to a question. Do you guys know like your love languages? Are you a physical touch guy, Dylan?
Mm-mm.
Or have you heard of those?
What's it called? Deeds? Acts of
Acts
service.
of service.
Yeah. Do a deed. That's mine.
Is that real? Are those real things? Or is it
Yeah,
just
so
like
it's
some
like
guy
the
made it up
people-
and
Some guy made it up, and it is a little weird because he's like a hyper Christian like person. Like he writes about God and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But people are starting to talk about it in like the psychology world and stuff.
I mean, it's not unusual to break people down into archetypes just like ease of understanding stuff a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's not like a crazy thing, because I certainly feel one way more than the others.
So which one are you?
I enjoy doing acts of service because it seems like a genuine thing that I can do. I don't like doing gifts. I don't want to give a gift. I don't give a fuck.
It's kind
You
of
know, like
Like the receipt.
if I find something, I feel like doing it, I'll do it. But I don't want to like this predetermined time. I need to get you something. No, I'd rather just like do something.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm not a big PDA person. Physical touch is important and everything, but yeah, what else is there? Words
I saw the video of you and your Facebook a stamp of approval partner making out on stage and playing guitar at the same time.
making out.
Yeah, so he loves
Yeah.
PDA. He's lying.
the acting was
He
really
just
good.
likes PDA when he's single and can't do it, but otherwise he's all for it.
Yeah.
When what was happening on stage, Dylan?
No, I just saw you guys did a show together, and I was like, that is the cutest fucking thing. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, she realized that she was like, oh god damn it, I just made it Facebook official and then we're playing a show. This is gross. It sure is.
She had a similar promotional arc with because I know she performed with Marty too. I remember seeing him stage photos of him.
Dylan,
Marty is one of the worst human beings I know. Marty Adam Smith is one of the worst pieces of shit I know.
It took Tito 5 years.
to realize you didn't like someone.
Yeah, and a bang bus buddy to realize that Marty's not. I'm just kidding. I'm sure she's awesome.
Well, no, look. If I can briefly, like, here's the thing. When I found out, like, no, she dated Marty. That means, like, okay, that means one of two things. One, she is like Marty, which is
Right.
bad.
Yeah.
Or two, she is like me.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, right.
Yeah, those are the only two options. And it turns out she is super exactly like me. Like, same interests, same speed,
Mhm.
same, like, it's just bits and bits and bits and bits for hours. And I love it.
And Tito gave up improv. He's now into slam poetry. That's his new.
Yeah. And I'm going to be, and I am bad for her brand. I'm bad for her brand. Let me tell you that. Like, I will never be, I was like, no, it's good. I'm never going to try to bully my way onto doing a show with you because I would like destroy your image and your brand.
But one Facebook day in, you do a show with her.
Yeah, I made my goal to not talk during the show.
Dude, you killed it. You played guitar on stage. It was dope.
Yeah, I was very pleased. And she got a good voice. Like, Tai T was great.
Did you guys see this?
Oh,
No.
I
is
saw
it
the
still
post,
up
but I didn't
somewhere?
Play. I'm just
Yeah, I didn't put, that's fine. I barely can make it through headlines at this point either. So I will say, like, here's the thing. She is a very progressive human being. and she runs in circles that are full of people like that. And so when she posted that she was in a relationship with me, she got like attacked for dating a white person.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. People like posted shit like, look at this. You know, the same thing happened to Childish Gambino. Remember, he made This Is America, this amazing, amazing piece of art. And then, like, listen, before we give him all this praise, like his baby mama's a white woman. And like, is he really for the cause?
Right.
Like, that happened to Childish
So
Gambino.
weird.
The same fucking thing has happened to her because of me.
Dude, now you're
I haven't even done anything. I haven't done anything. And so, like, yeah, if they hear me talk at all, like, oh, it's over.
I thought
Like,
you were
it's
saying
done.
they got mad at her because you're you, not because you're white.
Well, that's kind of my jam.
Being white.
Yeah.
Tito
so-
is white.
Tito is white.
So it's how I open up every stand-up set. It's what I talk about.
I feel like that's a really good cutoff for her to say, all right, these are the people that are no longer sane.
Yeah, and she did that. She said, "This is gross. Like, I'm allowed to be happy."
Right.
Like,
I'm just confused. Like, are we only supposed to date people of color now? Or is she a
well, if you're
person
down,
of color?
well, if you're down for like the cause of not getting into the system, I guess, and
Yeah, she's brown, Megan.
dismantling
I thought she
power
was like-
structures that are in place by the white man.
Yeah, I remember seeing a celebrity woman, a black woman, and I don't know her name or who she was. But anyways, I remember she posted a picture.
Yes, guess her name.
Please give a call for that.
I was in the car the other day with another person that we had met, and she was like, she said something like, we were talking about karaoke, and I was like, yeah, I like kill it with Childish Gambino. I do all sorts of hip hop, and I was like, and I just add the N word even if the song doesn't have it because it just needs it.
Add that flavor.
No, so there was this picture of this black female
Putting
celebrity.
you putting that Zatarans on the song.
And she's dating this white guy, and all of the comments are like, we lost another one. Yeah, she's not down for the cause, all the same shit that you're hearing.
Yeah.
It's upsetting and stupid.
Yeah. Don't ever have like a moment of respite in your life. Everything is work.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, I've been it's the Bay, so there's a lot of progress out here, and I was searching
So much progress going on.
I was searching through like different venues and instructors, and I like happened upon this other group, this other troupe, and I noticed somebody's face on there. I was like, that's another teacher. That's a teacher that I teach with. And so I started looking into that troupe, and it's like not comedy. It's like alternative theater. So they just do like 2-minute bits, like some improvised, some sketch. And
Funny?
I don't know. I have no clue. I saw some clips, and I think that it's like, anyways, I text that teacher that goes by they, and the name of the troupe is like neo liberalist or something. Not that, but it's like neo something. So it's and you could just tell like this is a progressive group. Like there's clearly a bunch of like queer folk in there. There's clearly like
No fun.
neo fun, new fun. And I was like, hey, I saw you in. I came across a video with you, and they're like, oh my gosh, like that's hysterical. They're like, yeah, we're auditioning soon. Like maybe implying that I audition. And I was like, what do you, I know, Tito.
No.
I
Don't do that to them.
Right. Yes, exactly. That's what Fish told me. Actually, no, Fish said you need to be thrown to the wolves because you're just going to get eaten up. And that's Tito dating Gigi. Same thing. He's about to get eaten up. He's in a whole new world of him and I cutting off 50% of our humor.
Dude, I have cut off zero. Like I have cut off 0%, and it's awesome.
Good.
Yeah,
That is awesome and surprising.
I was concerned in the very beginning. I was like, how's this gonna go? I'm just gonna be like, make sure I never clip myself, and if it still works out, great. And that's what happened. And it is real delightful.
Yeah. Are you worried about that at all? Like Megan, are you planning on going back into real life improv and all that?
Maybe. I don't know if there's a space for it yet. I think they're kind of working on getting the non-show people.
Mm.
Um,
Oh yeah, you guys are doing a show soon, huh, Wes? Or did you already do it?
No, the grand opening is on the 10th, so next Saturday.
But you just did a Pride show though.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, we've been doing the show, but it's like been like low audience, like everybody spaced out, and we're still doing the internet thing. So we have like cameras set up. So I think we're gonna get rid of the cameras, and then we're just gonna pack the house. So like back to normal. So it's just gonna be like people breathing on each other and like, you know, touching each other's arms and stuff. So
I wouldn't mind the cameras, like keeping them, because like I feel it's good to have that option because it's just kind of part of us now. Zoom culture to a degree. But what they did is, I think, feng shui-ly terrible. That's not a real word. Yeah, because they have one, they should move them up, but it's these like giant brackets that stick out of the side. Pipes, and they stick out too far. So it implies a wall, an invisible wall between the audience and the stage. And so it's going to diminish laughter on a very subtle level. So they should move those up and make them shorter, and then it'll be fine.
Yeah, I
get
agree.
rid of them, and that's easier.
But you want to have that option, Megan.
I did, like, I couldn't go to my car was in the shop, so I couldn't go to the Pride show. So it was cool that I knew like I could go watch it on YouTube still. Like I didn't have to miss that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get Bruce and just go down there and be like, Bruce, let's take this down and make it more like streamlined and not so clunky looking.
It's
and
fucking fun.
yeah, it's clunky.
Yeah.
Like,
they could like dismantle that and install like a slick, thing that you like, a Murphy camera.
A what?
Like, how like a Murphy bed? Do you know about a Murphy bed, Wes?
Oh, like the ones you pull out of the wall?
Yeah. You do like a Murphy,
Oh, yeah.
That'd be much better than this, I don't know, janky, rustic thing they have.
Right.
How does the Murphy camera work?
Improviser. You just pull down the improviser whenever you need him and shove him back into the wall.
Yeah.
I kind of want to do a sketch where, I guess in any, am I frozen?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to do a sketch where somebody's been frozen since the 80s, like in Demolition Man or whatever. And maybe it's like an improviser who's been frozen since the 80s and we thaw him out or something. And he's like really bad or something. I don't know.
He keeps doing like 80s jokes like, oh, guys, I brought
We need him.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, like all of his humor is just derived from like pop culture references, but they're all 30 years dated, 40 years dated.
Yeah.
I just thought that like this guy's been frozen for many years and then he gets unthawed. And it's like, oh, we're gonna have like a live interview with him broadcast everywhere, and then he just freezes in the broadcast.
Okay, go back even more. It's a caveman improviser.
Now you're doing Encino Man. That was a Brendan Fraser, Pauly Shore masterpiece.
Was that a follow-up?
To what?
The one Wes mentioned earlier?
Demolition Man?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen Demolition Man.
I think Sylvester Stallone is frozen or something in a cube of ice. And then in the future, they're like, we need people who know how to fight crime like back in the 80s because people are getting murdered again. Because in the future, no one got murdered or something. So that they brought a cop that was like frozen in the 80s to the future or whatever.
The cop that doesn't play by the rules. All these cops
Yeah.
play by the rules, man. And they don't know how to improvise outside of the law.
It's so silly. Such a silly concept.
All the cops play by the rules now. It's awesome. Yeah, Pauly Shore's in one of those, right?
So Encino Man is the Pauly Shore one. So it's like
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser's a caveman that learns to go to high school.
Yeah, I never saw it, but I saw Pauly
That's
Shore do stand-up in LA not that long ago. And my brother was like, that's Pauly Shore from Encino. I was like, it's a little before my time. I never watched that. And then I started kind of looking him up, and like he's like hated in the comedy world, or at least from the things I saw. And he's really riding the back of like his mother or something. I think she was the big.
Mitzi Shore. She created the Comedy Store, which
Yeah,
is
and that's where we were. Yeah, we're at the Comedy Store.
how was it stand up?
I remember thinking it was just okay, but then it's also hard because Mark Maron ended up coming out, and so like how you can't compare the two.
I have a new dumb joke that I've been telling at work.
Yeah.
I worked the farmer's market yesterday. I'd be like, hey y'all buying bread. You want to hear something dumb? When a ghost scares you a second time, that's a deja vu.
Did everyone leave?
Yeah, they dropped the bread and leaf. I have a joke that my brain came up with, and I don't think I can tell it at an open mic.
I have to say, I think that's the
Uh-oh.
first time I've ever heard Wes like burn someone. It's so bad that you turned Wes mean.
Wes has never been meaner. That's as deep as it goes.
That's the meanest I get. That's dialed all
Yeah.
the way in.
Yeah, his burn is he inquires if people didn't like the joke.
Well, I always think at Dylan's roast, Wes's introduction from Scott was that Wes didn't want to roast Dylan. And he's like, imagine being so nice that you can't find anything mean to say about Dylan.
That's a fucking good joke.
That's
I
a
love
good
that.
joke.
That's a good joke. And yeah, then Wes did the funniest thing there, of course.
Yeah, and then Kendra tried to like outro it and did a bad job. She was like, because it was so funny and so pure. Kendra was like, "Am I like we all hate Wes right now, right?" Like in like a pithy way, and everyone was like, "No, Kendra, don't do this." That was great.
Last time I was at the farmer's market, I remember there was a dude there that sold bread, and he was French, and I think he was actually French. Have you run into this guy, Tito? I don't know. He was selling baguettes or something, and it was at the one near downtown.
Right. I do Los Ranchos, so not downtown.
And this guy's like speaking in French, but also speaking in English with a very thick French accent. And then I saw this other guy like behind him with nowhere near, and he's like also this French guy is also very attractive too, by the way. And then like very close by, there was a short Mexican man who like had tortillas, and nobody was at his stand. And he looks over at the French guy, and he's like, tortillas, tortillas. And he starts putting on his thickest Mexican accent. And then the French guy's like, baguettes. And then they start trying to one up each other. And then like, you could see them like purposefully like going at it. It was pretty funny. Like it made me want to buy both tortillas and baguettes.
Embrace the heritage.
Yeah.
I need to go down there. I've never been to the downtown growers market, and I keep seeing ads for it with like delicious things and stuff. I need to go down there and just check it out.
Mostly foods.
Yeah. Could I, since you brought that up, Dylan, I kind of want to tell y'all this joke, but I'm not gonna tell it in open mic.
Okay.
I think it's like somehow kind of cute and quaint. What do you call a French lesbian? A faggot.
That's good. I like it.
Mm.
Yeah,
it has to be lesbian because it's et at the end.
as well. Yeah, there's layers of terrible joke,
Layers. Man, you're deep.
and you got to listen. The delivery is really important. You can't just you have to have the word a. You have to have like a breath of a rhythm, and then like say it like the word baguette.
Baguette.
Yeah.
I have
Where are open mics going on these days, Tito? Are they happening?
Yeah, Mondays are pretty good. That's the best spot right now. And then Thursday is karaoke and comedy at Sidewinders. So that's like meh, because it's a variety show. And Rusty just opened up his old mic at Side Effects downtown on Thursday. I did not go last day because that's how time works.
What's
every now
Monday? Who does Monday?
Inside Out, Royal and Holly. Although Holly just had her baby.
I was gonna ask if that was yours.
No.
It looks like you.
Thank you.
It also whines like you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What is the place? Inside Out?
Yeah, I don't know what
Yeah.
that is.
It's you guys have been there. Maybe it's changed names. It used to be called Mescal. It's right next to the Launchpad or El Rey.
Oh.
It's the bar that was like open air. It had no ceiling.
No ceiling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Does it still have no ceiling?
It still has no ceiling because that's kind of the appeal of it. Wes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. My friend Adam is one of the bartenders there. Have you met him?
You're gonna have to give us more description than your friend, because you have a billion of him.
I said Adam.
Adam.
It's Adam. He's a tall white dude. He looks like Wes, but
He's your
Oh, I
most
know
favorite
exactly
friend.
who you're talking about then.
You mean John?
he looks like Wes John with more hair.
John Adams,
John.
our second president. Fourth,
He looks
third.
like John Adams.
I can't remember the order of presidents nor who was
Okay.
president.
George Washington was number one, and then it was Thomas Jefferson, right?
Okay.
No, it was John.
It's the streets. There's streets of it in Albuquerque that tells us the order.
Louisiana, Wyoming, Pennsylvania.
God damn.
No, I
Eubank.
think John Adams was second.
I think Thomas Jefferson.
Do you guys, we have Google for this. Do we really care? Because I
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah, was Adams second? Maybe Adams was second. Jefferson was like third or fourth.
Hey guys, is it just me or is Megan starting to look more like George Washington?
I do that. I'm going swimming today, and that's my thing, is to do the
Oh.
George Washington hair.
Gotcha.
So I'll send you a picture when I'm really in my George Washington prime.
Yeah, you're like 80% there.
Oh, just imagine robot George Washington. I'm George Washington Prime.
John
Yeah,
Adams
so-
was second, and then Jefferson.
It was George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison. I'll just go through all 47 of them or whatever, or 46. Yeah.
Happy President's Day. Wait, no. 4th of July.
Happy Labor Day.
Yeah, I wonder how Britain feels about the 4th of July. Like, are they
It's
still
kinda-
bitter?
They're bitter probably.
They seem pretty low key though.
That's just that step upper lip bullshit.
There's been crazy fireworks going off lately, and some of them sound like Uzis, and they might actually be Uzis. Actually, no, one of them for sure was Uzis because then the police came by like 20 minutes later. But it was like next door, dude. I'm really glad I live on the second and third level.
Yeah, bullets don't.
Yeah, the bullets, they have a certain elevation. before they start to dwindle.
Parabola.
Yeah, that's right. They're like your dick.
But last night I was like looking outside the window, and there's these kids with their Roman candles just all pointing them at each other. And it's like pew pew. And it's like going past their faces, and I'm like, they need glasses or something. Like my old man brain's like they're gonna lose an eye for sure. But they're having fun. So I
Who
didn't
cares
call
if
the
they're
cops.
blinded?
I didn't call the cops this time, but next time.
If they're not having fun,
Yeah.
I'm gonna call the cops to make sure they do have some fun.
You sound like almost a good teacher.
Make sure they are having fun.
Good.
Well, it's Oakland, so it's a lot of young Black kids, and they're running around playing cops and robbers. Like some of them look like teenagers, and they're like, "Stick them up!" Like, "I got a gun!" Like yelling things like that. And I'm like, this is not grounds for it, but this is
a recipe for bad.
It's a recipe for bad. Thank you. Yes, and I genuinely do worry. So I'm gonna call the cops just because I'm worried about it. I don't want them to.
They usually improve that for the young Black men, so that's a good call.
There's like I see billboards out here that's like basically like like don't call the cops, call us. And they're like, we offer
Kill them faster.
Dude, it's weird. It's like we offer mental health services and emergency situation stuff and like weird like alternative cops are out here, and I want to call just to know what it's about. I don't actually want one, but
well, I've seen a lot on Facebook, you know, how they have like the defund the police stuff, which in my mind means like we're going to provide more money to mental health and all this other stuff. But someone was like, imagine calling a social worker in that situation. It was like a cop overtaking some situation. Like, imagine a social worker showing up to that. Like, we're not having like social workers show up and be like, having them talk them down from like these difficult shootouts. Or I think it's more preventative than that. But like, people just get it in their head, like, yeah, we're going to replace cops with like teachers, and teachers are going to start carrying guns. It's like, no, I don't think that's the message.
Yeah, social worker shows up and is like, please stop shooting bullets. we can handle this like people.
I'm gonna arrest you.
Word. I recently had a run-in with potential police officers.
Potential? Like they have the potential to be police officers, but they're not?
No, it's, I don't know how to frame this, but like whatever. I was at work and a dude came in and like I've had to talk to people before, like homeless people that won't buy anything and are just chilling out. And you know, I'm like, I'll handle it. I know how to talk to people. I can talk myself out of any situation. I believe that. But this guy was a different breed of human. Like I walk in, he had bags, and he had spread all of his bags out across multiple tables in the side room of Swiss Alps Bakery. And he didn't have a shirt on, and he was like changing his clothes, and he was muscled, and I was like, I have to go talk to him and tell him like to leave because he was making people uncomfortable, and the other employee. And I talked to him, and like he doesn't respond to anything I'm saying, doesn't show any recognition that I'm there. And it's like, oh, I need somebody to be able to respond to me to be able to make this work. And I noticed like he has a large hunting knife on his side. He started like moving stuff in and out of bags. I was like, I don't know what to do, but I know, don't push this guy out the door. Don't escalate the situation. Because like he was moving stuff in and out of bags. There was another knife. And then there was a big hatchet.
Who was
he
this?
had
Fish?
a hatchet. What?
Was it Fish? Fish always has a knife on her and like a machete by the bed. That's
yeah, this guy moves like a ticking time bomb, like TNT, into the other bag.
Yeah, and then he moves like a power cell that a Batman villain is looking for.
Yeah, there's a live mine in there. Oh, this is just a WMD. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
WMD. Flashback.
And then he moves like a snake, and it's like, oh God, red touches black, red touches yellow. Which is it? um,
Red and black, friend of Jack. Red and yellow, kills a
Kills
fella.
yeah. But yeah, it was like a real fucking thing. And he is slowly putting his shit together and moving. So I was like, you need to leave. And okay, I'm just gonna stand in this doorway, not let anybody like walk through. But yeah, I had to stare down as like a schizophrenic dude, a potentially schizophrenic dude that had a hatchet and a hunting knife. And it was like, I'm not gonna tell my boss this is what I'm doing. If he knows, he doesn't know how to de-escalate anything. If he had to deal with it, everybody would be dead. So I was like, I don't know what the right thing to do is right now. I know it's definitely don't push him and escalate. Don't like touch his stuff and help him pack it up. Also, I don't know if I should call the cops or not right now, because I've been in situations where the cops arrive and everything gets quickly heightened by them.
Mm.
You know, like I don't know if you guys have been in situations like that, but I have.
Mhm.
So maybe I could have handled it better, but I didn't handle it wrong. And I waited it out, and he slowly gathered his shit, and then he walked at me. I moved, and he walked past me to the register, and
Bought a
I
cookie.
walked around the register. He's like, "Can I have a chocolate chip cookie, please?" Please. I found all my change.
That should be your voice, sir.
He asked for a cup of coffee. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And so then he stared at me and he grabbed the tip jar and he ran out the door. And I was like, great, bye. And then like, turns out he's just been at this like women's thrift store across the street, and he walked in there and like threatened them with a knife and stuff. And like, yeah. And then I had to deal with him, and the police were right there. So I had to like talk to the police. All that shit. He was on the news. Like he was.
Whoa.
They eventually picked him up. The police followed him, picked him up in the back of the. He's in the back of the car, and they drive back to this women's thrift store to have them identify him. And they could barely identify him because he was in the back seat, like going crazy, like swearing and cursing and like bashing around. And so I was like, okay, it was maybe a good idea to not call the cops and just like let him slowly move through. I don't know. But yeah, I stared down a man with a hatchet.
That's
So I'm like, my hosting skills are like coming back.
That was the ultimate test.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Mhm.
So that's basically my job,
Yar.
but yours is on a grander scale. Like I have these crazy irrational children that will like tear apart a room, but luckily they can't buy
Don't-
hatchets yet. So
Yeah. They can only own a copy of Hatchet.
or they'll steal like a game piece or something and be like, "This is mine now." I'm like, okay.
Next time they're not
That's
cooperating.
my picture.
Next time they're not cooperating, just put a hatchet between you and them on the table, Megan.
And see who gets it first.
Don't say anything.
Keep my skills sharp.
Yeah, don't mention it.
Yeah.
I just saw this bit. I don't know what movie or show I was watching, but like, oh, it was Bo Burnham's special. Did you guys watch that?
I haven't yet, but Gigi watched it. She's like, it's one of the most amazing things that she's
Yeah.
seen.
It's
I
great.
really want to see it.
I don't know if I like it as much as his other two, but it's really good. But there's
Well, it's just like emotionally, you're kind of wonky and broken, right?
yeah, me personally and Bo for sure.
Yeah.
And it's like it's super funny, but it's also super sad kind of. Anyways, there's a scene in there where there's a bit in there where he's like, just want to thank you guys for watching this. Like I don't remember what his thing was, but it was very like, he was just like grateful, like thanks for always keeping up and stuff. But he has a knife in his hand the whole time, and he never he's just waving it around and never talks about the knife or brings it up. It's pretty funny.
That's so good.
Yeah.
I think I want that to be my new persona. Just everywhere I go, I'm just gonna have a knife with me. Just like a
just
little-
wave it around. Like don't mention it.
Will I cut you? Will I not? I don't know. I don't even know, you know?
Yeah. It's not up to Megan, it's up to you. if she cuts you or not.
It's your behavior.
Watch
Do you
yourself.
have credible behavior?
Are you making me do this? Don't make me stab you.
It's a more severe form of why are you hitting yourself?
Yes.
Why are you kidding yourself?
Why?
What's that one show with he was an SNL writer. It's a sketch show on.
Tim Robinson, I think you should leave.
Yeah, season 2 starts like on Tuesday or something.
He's in what?
Season 2 starts on Tuesday.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I love that show. And it's one of my favorite memories was I had Janae over to my house. We were doing stuff, improv in my attic. I don't know what this is. And everybody is just showing their neck. I'm so confused.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know what? It's like for a second I thought it was like when like a dog is licking its own balls, and that's what Megan and Wes are doing. Everybody's doing.
What?
Wes, are you licking your balls?
Yeah, just a second. No, I'm just like lying sideways in a weird way. There.
Sounds like ball licking.
Has anybody seen Auntie Donna's Big Ol' House of Fun?
What the heck did you just say?
I know. Stick with me. It's a show on Netflix. It's a sketch show. It's produced by Scott Aukerman, Comedy Bang Bang fame.
Yeah.
And it is this trio of sketch improvisers from like Australia or whatever. And Auntie Donna's Big Ol' House of Fun is my favorite comedy thing I've seen in a long time. I think I enjoy it more than I Think You Should Leave.
Wow. Okay.
It is so fucking crazy. And the bits like are just like so aggressive. It's like hyper comedy.
Okay. I'm in.
Oh my God.
You sold
Holy,
it.
and it's 20 minutes. Like every episode is roughly 20 minutes. So like
Yeah.
a thing I did with I Think You Should Leave, I watched several episodes in a row. And I feel like you get diminishing returns. Because like I don't enjoy any episode as much as the first episode of that show. Maybe because I did that. I don't know. But with Auntie Donna, I made a point like one episode a night. That's it. And like me and Gigi just like cry laughing for 20 minutes. It's fucking awesome. There's only 6 episodes.
I'll watch it. You sold it. I've been listening to Threedom. It's super good.
Oh, it's the best, dude. It's all I want from a podcast.
There's the other teacher that I was telling you about that is in like a theater troupe, but not necessarily comedy. She's like, have you heard of Red Lobster or something? I can't remember. It's like another comedy troupe.
Fuck yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm there every Saturday. That's their vegan specials. But she's like, yeah, look up this other comedy. So I looked them up, and it's just this sketch comedy, like school/troupe. They've been around for like 20 years or something. And they have sketch writing classes, like several sketch writing classes. And then they also have several sketch acting classes, which is interesting. So I'm like, that's so cool. There's just so many different fucking options for like avenues for like how you want, like might want to go about like theater or comedy or whatever the hell.
It almost sounds like if you do comedy, you shouldn't be in Albuquerque.
That sounds about right. If you want to get big, well, I think what's cool about it is that like I've seen like a sketch writing class, maybe like as a part of like an improv school or something. Like maybe they'll have one or something or whatever, but not like a whole school dedicated to sketch, which is pretty cool, and a stage. So come on out. We have, I have an extra bathroom for you to live in, and a tiny upstairs closet.
Wait, I'm living in the bathroom, not just to use. I have to live in there.
And you can't use the bathroom in there. You have to go outside.
I don't want to mess up my bed. It's a bathtub.
Yeah.
You don't want any spray on your bed.
Uh, have you been doing anything else comedy wise? I guess this goes to anybody. I don't know. I was looking at Wes specifically, but
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so well, I've been just doing like little things on Instagram, but also I've been wanting to like get together with people and make and just do like a 12-hour day of where we just like improv in the morning or something and write something down, and then we film it or whatever and then edit it and then try to get it all done in a day, just do a sketch or something. And yeah, so have a few of those scheduled.
That's cool.
12 hour
Yeah.
day. It's a long day.
Yeah, well, yeah, unless we can get it done faster. I'm actually not sure how long something like that would take. So I was like, it might take a whole day to do something like that.
Yeah, because you need to go like shopping for props, maybe, and like
Yeah.
source.
Exactly. Yeah.
Maybe like 48 hours.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking like the sketches would probably only be like 3 minutes, and so I was thinking like, how long is like a 48-hour thing, like those film festival whatevers.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, those are usually like 10 minutes, I think. So it was like half of that, like 5. So I was like, maybe 12 hours or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that's usually
Yeah.
like a team. There's like 8 people or something.
That's true, right?
I still like the idea of it. You should. That's cool that you're doing it.
Yeah. Just gonna see what happens and see, and then just learn as you do it, sort of thing. It's like, oh wow, that only took like 2 hours or like 30 minutes.
12
I'd
hours
imagine that.
overshoot.
I would imagine that like
Right, so-
scheduling breaks is pretty important for that, though. You're like,
Yes.
all right, guys, Dion's is coming.
Right.
Everybody go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's been calculated in. I'm like, I'm gonna feed you or whatever.
And close you.
I'm gonna clothe you, feed you. I'm gonna dab your forehead with cool water every now and
I
then.
treat you like a old child with cholera. Not an old child, an old English child.
Oh, right, yeah.
That reminds me,
Amazing.
my brother just messaged me and he was like, he showed me this headline. Oh, it's backwards, huh?
Whatever.
NBC's Ultimate Slip and Slide competition series pulled after Giardia outbreak.
What is that?
Giardio.
What is that?
It's like a stomach infection, isn't it?
Yeah, my brother wrote maybe they should have cleaned the slip and slide in between contestants. So cool. Yeah, it's kind of disgusting. And then the other day I was on Facebook and my ex from high school, the one that got in that big old accident, her
Love talking about her in her accident.
her mom's boyfriend, basically her stepdad. I follow him on Facebook and he was holding a Guinness Book of World Records like sign. Like he had won a world record or had gotten one. And I was reading the site. It's like it's you have to like really zoom in. So I'm like looking at it and it says longest slip and slide or longest water slide. And I guess my ex's stepdad built the longest water slide in the world. I don't know where or how, but it's such an odd thing to be connected to, I think. But it's awesome.
Cool.
I bet he
just
brings it
watched-
up at parties every time now.
Brings it up where?
At parties, like him and his girlfriend / wife go out to parties, and he's like, "I'm the Guinness Book of World," and she has to pretend like she's proud of him. Like, yes, Mario has finally done something.
Mario.
Have you guys seen that documentary called Class Action Park?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where
What is?
Oh,
so it's talking about this like water or theme park, I guess, in New Jersey. And it was just super unregulated and really dangerous. Like lots of people died there. but one of them, they had a water slide that did a loop. But people would get stuck up at the top. And so they had to have like a little door that they could open to get people out. But they also found out that people had like all these scratches on them when they came out of the slide. And it's because when people would go up the loop, their mouths would hit and knock out their teeth, and all their teeth were stuck up on the top of this. So people were
What?
scratched by all of these teeth that were stuck up in this slide. So gross.
And to make matters worse, people have died at this park because it's so poorly made and managed.
That was just like the first thing they talked about that was dangerous. Like they had multiple examples of why this is just a terrible idea of a park.
Wow.
It did sound like fun though.
Dylan.
Some of it I might try.
And was his name Chris Gethard? Is that his name,
I don't
Megan?
remember his name.
Chris Gethard, the comedian, he's interviewed on it a lot, and he's talking about how fun it was to be there, and also how dangerous. Was
this that park that was built all by one person?
No, it wasn't. I mean, he owned it, but I don't think he did it.
He hired like really cheap labor and like really went lacking on all the safety guidelines and stuff. So there was one guy that definitely ruined it all.
And not Steve-O, but what's his name? The leader of Jackass?
Johnny Knoxville?
Knoxville made a movie out of it called not Class Action Park, but it was something similar.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. And he basically, so his movie that's based off of that park, he like kind of rebuilt it and then did real stunts on it. One of the stunts led to him, his eye bone getting cracked, and like he like got off the slide and his eyeball was a little bit out of his head. And he said, I remember physically having to like push in my eye into my socket, and continued to make the movie.
Jesus.
It's nuts.
Have you guys seen Jackass 3?
Of course, it's one of the best.
Megan, have you seen any of the Jackasses?
I saw the TV show, but I never felt the need to watch like 6 hours worth.
It's so good.
Film.
The movies are great.
Yeah.
Jackass 2 is one of the hardest times I've ever laughed in a movie theater. Took my brother, but like the real gem of it somehow is Jackass 3, because you're used to these guys just being idiots and just like throwing their bodies to the winds, of chance. But in Jackass 3, they're all much older, and you can see it in their faces for the whole movie that they don't want to be doing this anymore. But it's the only thing they know how to do. And so they try. So like in general, like there's less like crazy shit and more just like, isn't this weird? Kind of shit. They're trying to do just like weird sketches and ideas as opposed to just dangerous shit. But they still have to be dangerous. And at the end of the film, they end it with just showing like a slideshow of all of them, of all of their baby pictures. And so it's this like weird finale to the idea of Jackass. And there's this like wistful, nostalgic quality. And there's like somehow emotional resonance in Jackass 3. And it's really great because of it.
Now they're 50. I follow Steve-O and I listen to his podcast. But now they're 50 and they just got done filming Jackass 4.
Oh man.
So it's gonna be more of that.
Awesome. But you did see 3. So like do you like agree with my synopsis of it?
Yeah. They definitely seem older. Is that the one? They all kind of blend together. Is that the one where Knoxville almost dies because a rocket goes off next to him?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
He like a rocket almost went through his body.
They did like he like got on a rocket and rode it off of a ramp into a lake.
Yeah.
And in the process of it, like some fire like shot out the side of the rocket. And if he had been on top of that part, like he would have died.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's amazing.
it's getting to that point because Johnny Knoxville used to dress up as like, well, they even made a movie about that, like Bad Grandpa or Old Dirty Man, Old Grandpa.
Yeah.
But he's not gonna need that makeup anymore because he's just gonna
My
still be this
favorite porno.
old guy doing all this
Right.
stupid
He's gonna
shit.
have to dress young instead.
Exactly.
I saw
Uh,
that. I don't know if this is the same documentary, but there's that water slide that's like the tallest water slide where like the kid like got shredded or something
Like
on.
decapitated.
Yeah, yeah.
I heard about that. It might have been part of that same documentary because I think people were
Yeah.
getting decapitated on some of the rides.
Yeah, what the? Is this place still open? They just like.
No.
They
no, it's
closed it.
Oh, okay, good.
Can you imagine a customer gets decapitated and you just go, all right, we're gonna shut down for a day?
Basically,
They did. And it happened like multiple times. It wasn't like, oh, this was a fluke where the kid got decapitated. It was like, oh, third time, maybe we should change something about it.
well, and
But
and
we'll
the guy
reopen
that-
in a week.
the guy that owned it, like he kept not paying bills and like would just like financially kind of like bully his way out of having to follow any sort of regulation, and like the state didn't want to deal with it so bad, like he was just so awful to deal with that they just like were like, yeah, go ahead, like we're tired of you, just do your park thing. I don't know how it eventually, I think he lost money. I think that's eventually how, I don't know what happened at the end.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe people just decided to stop showing up.
What do you mean shredded, Wes?
Well, it's because they had like a chain link fence around the water slide all the way
Oh, no.
down.
So kind of
no.
Yeah,
Yeah, like a Tom and Jerry cartoon.
yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's like, oh
That's
my God.
horrible. But wouldn't you also kind of be proud to die that way? Like it sucked, but it was epic.
You started as one piece and you came out as 50.
Like if that was a horror movie, you'd be real proud. Like that was creative, dude.
Yeah.
Oh
We need
God.
more water slides in Albuquerque. I don't think there are any.
We need more water now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we could just float down the river. That's like a big one. That's like a big water slide
Have you done that?
that goes to the ocean.
I've done that.
The ghosts of the ocean.
It does go to the ocean.
Don't all rivers go to the ocean?
Depending on the river.
I don't know.
Well, rivers do not.
Rivers that go to lakes. And then also tributaries that go to rivers.
What are tributaries?
It's small rivers that go to big rivers.
So it's like a capillary and an artery.
Yeah, and then there's distributaries that leave big rivers. I teach a class on this. You guys can come.
Nah, it sounds boring.
I went to Hawaii last week, and lots of water stuff. Saw a sea turtle while I was snorkeling. All sorts of fucking cool stuff. And I started getting an earache like a few days in, and then it just kept getting worse. And I was like, I gotta go to the doctor. So I went to the
Is it
doctor.
because fish wouldn't stop talking?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the water. Yeah, so I go to the doctor, and the doctor's looking into my ear, and he's like, yeah, you got a lot of like buildup in there. Let's get it out. So they start pouring more water into it, like a jet, like super hard, like, spraying the water in, and some stuff comes out, and the girl that did it, probably the nurse, she's like, hey, you got some like earwax in there. She's like, I think there's sand in there too. And then keeps doing it, and nothing else is coming out. She's like, I can't get it. It's too deep. I can't do anything. And then the doctor's like, yeah, you got to take these like ear drops for like 10 days. No more swimming. Hawaii's done. Just go home. So I just halfway through the trip, I swam, but I just didn't get my head wet. But it totally ruined my my being able to see turtles underwater flow. But
Oh.
it was fun. And then I came back home, and now I'm done with like my ear stuff. and like I want to see the water again. And so I looked up water parks. There's like 10 of them around me. I don't know why there's so many.
Have you been to water park?
I used to have like season passes to water. I love water parks.
Water parks are awesome.
They're the best
Awesome.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I keep thinking like, am I going to get a season pass to a water park? But then
Don't want the ear thing again.
I definitely don't want the ear thing again. And I think they're all end in like the end of this month. So it's like, I don't know if it's I don't know. Maybe I should get one anyways. I'm getting a water park season pass. It's done.
I mean, they're not much more expensive than like a few day passes, right?
No, it's a $50 for unlimited water park.
So it's like
Whoa.
maybe
For how
if you
long?
go 3 times, it's worth it.
Wait,
Yeah.
for how long? A month?
Well, I think
Year?
the big one out here, I think it closes at the end of July, but I'm not sure. So that's the thing is like, I wasted my whole summer not being at this water park.
You got next summer.
It's always next summer, and I'll
Does
be
it
the
get cool in August or something?
no, I don't know.
I think just school opens back up, right? And so it's like, when August, just you're gonna see a sharp decline. So
Yeah, I want to say like it doesn't get cooler until like September, maybe mid-September or something. But yeah, I think Tito's right. There's just less kids there, and I'm definitely one of few 30-year-olds that really wants a season pass to Hurricane Harbor.
yeah.
Ooh.
And then if the kids stop showing up, like there's gonna be another group of adults that aren't gonna care to go either. You know what I'm saying?
That would be like the best time to go when no one wants to be there.
Less pee.
Less pee. No thank. Less pee. No thank you.
I go to water parks just for the pee, so
Yeah.
I don't want them to cut back on that.
Yeah, I don't want just adult pee. I want
Do
No,
it. Finish the thought.
so much worse.
Finish the thought, Dylan.
Oh my god.
I want a suicide pee. You guys know that?
some student's gonna find this channel and they're just gonna clip that part of Dylan's just looking for child
Yeah.
piss,
And you're fired.
and I'm fired immediately.
I
Do you
worry
guys
about
know
that
the
every
term
time I'm on this.
suicide?
What's
Oh.
that? Tina?
Do you guys know the term suicide in terms of drinks?
Oh yeah. I used to do that a lot as a kid.
What is it?
It's where you go to, like, let's say you go to McDonald's or Burger King and you get a cup for soda, and then you would just go down the line and get every flavor you could. And it tastes awful, but you do it because like you're a kid and you want excess in your life. I don't know. You feel like you're beating the system or some shit.
Well, so for my birthday, we went to this restaurant, Clown Dog. Have you guys heard of this?
Just first time.
And Scott basically did that with his hot dog. He put like SpaghettiOs, Fruit Loops, peanut butter and jelly. He just got like all the worst things that you could put. And he was like, oh, this is delicious.
Of course, because it's Scott.
I think he's just ruined his taste buds. But it
Oh,
was very entertaining to watch him do it.
What did you get?
I got just like a chili dog. I think I put like green chili on it. I went wild.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not about messing up my birthday meal for a joke.
when I was a kid, my friends and I, we would get a big Slurpee cup and we'd pour soda, mustard, Tapatio, just
Ooh.
any disgusting thing you can find in the fridge, and we dared each other to just like down it. And I've thrown up a few times from those
Ugh.
ultimate suicide drinks.
That's your idea of hanging out.
Yeah, that was my fun as a kid. We just did a lot of stupid shit.
Do you I just went to Clown Dog for the first time because I heard Scott's a big fan of it. And I had a really good time because what's nice about it is it's just fun. Like food is fun. It's a good concept. It's cheap. I got like a solid hot dog. I got two hot dogs. A solid one, and it was nice. And it's like, okay, let's go crazy. Let's figure this out. I want to build a hot dog around pineapple. And what does that look like? And so I got pineapple, bacon, roasted red pepper, and chocolate sauce.
Oh,
How is that
it's the
pineapple?
sweet stuff that gets me.
It's because pineapple is sweet, and so it's like, how crazy! I want to make a dessert hot dog. Like what could potentially work, but is also weird to look at. And it was solid. I would order it again. And Wes was there, and he saw the hot.
I saw it with my own two eyes. I think they should have like big fancy hot dogs. It's like they should have the fun hot dogs where it's just normal hot dogs, but then they need like hand rolled hot dogs. They're like made.
Are you talking
by
about
hand.
our bratwurst?
Yeah, but like it needs to be super fancy because like I think for me, I can only eat so many normal hot dogs or normal bratwurst or whatever. I need like a huge bun made of like handmade bread and like handmade stuff put in it. And it's like, oh, it's so fancy. This is like a whole meal because I don't want to order two. I want just a big one.
Did you pull up your camera to show us your fancy handwork?
He didn't bring his hands down.
Dude, your choices are awesome. Just your life choices.
Yeah.
I'm picturing fancy hot dog with like a little bow tie or something.
Yeah.
I like the idea of either having, like just one really big gourmet one, or also more like sampler sizes. Like I want to be really weird and put chocolate sauce on this little tiny one, but I don't want to eat a whole.
Oh yeah. That's a good
So
idea.
These
They
hot dogs are $4.
Yeah, but it's still like too much if you want to try like a bunch of different varieties. Like just a little bite of a chocolate dog.
I feel like listen, it's a clown dog park. It's a place called Clown Dog. It's a hot dog parlor. They they have to survive, stay in business somehow. If you're like, can I have a hot dog flight so I only have to be here once? Like they're gonna die.
Okay, that's fair. But I would probably go back to like keep ordering the weird samples over and over again.
I foresee this place closing. I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but they're just selling hot dogs.
Yeah, but you go there and it's like, I would go there again. I had a good time. Like you have legitimate fun with your food. And it was good. It was good. And I got a beer and it was like, they have a nice patio. This is subtle, but like they're next to this like very tall building. And so very soon in the day, you get quality shade, like immediately outside. And so that's really nice.
So pandemic happens, all of these restaurants we know and love shut down, but the best thing we got coming out of the pandemic is Clown Dog. And now Albuquerque's up and running again.
Yeah, because
We
we're
got
all here for
Clown Dog and the box. They're finally
Yeah.
back.
Breaking Bad is over, but we got Clown Dog.
Woo! Here for
There's
it.
a new like cocktail place, I guess. What's it called? Happy Accidents or something. And that place is kind of cool.
Is it the
What?
Bob?
Expensive.
Happy
What's up?
It's the Bob Ross one. The painter. Isn't it based on like?
Oh, maybe. Oh,
That makes sense. Happy
yeah, that makes
accidents.
sense. Right.
Where is this?
You don't make mistakes, just happy accidents.
It's the old taco place that Manzanico's or whatever.
Oh,
What part
oh,
of
wait,
town?
not Manzana. That's Apple.
Downtown?
It was like a taco. It was like a taco bar or something. Or-
Zacatecas,
Oh,
No.
maybe that was.
Monsanto's.
I think Natalie used to work there.
What?
I know
Yeah.
Natalie's girlfriend used to work at Zacatecas in Nob Hill.
Do you know her name?
Oh.
Jenna?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen her in probably like a year and a half. No, probably like 3 years actually.
Yeah, well, maybe that was it. Maybe it was Zacatecas or whatever. I think it
There
was
was
because
Like
they,
more Nob Hill than downtown.
What's the conceit of this place?
they have like weird, fancy, weird drinks that have like weird bubbles in them and stuff, and they shoot smoke out of the bubbles.
Wow, Wow, you really sold it. I hope. Did you write the article on it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know. It's just like fun drinks. And there's like a whole wall of like different spigots that you can choose from or whatever.
It sounds like that place, Clown House, and Meow Wolf should all like exist in the same spot.
It's actually it actually kind of does look like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've ever been to like a fun eating place.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's kind of rare, and so that's kind of what I was pleasantly surprised by Clown Dog with. It's like, this is like legitimate fun. Like if you have like a family or a kid, like you would easily bring them there and like this is nice.
Sure.
Yeah.
You can fill them up for $4 to $8.
It's much better than what used to be. They're like some raging shrimp, Cajun shrimp bullshit. I went there, it was terrible.
It's all the leftover shrimp
Yeah.
From Red Lobster.
from Red Lobster.
Oh,
The
The
sketch group.
new comedy sketch group I'll be a part of. It wasn't Red Lobster. It was similar though.
Green Lobster.
Let me look it up.
Hey, it's an hour and a half.
It is. Okay, so they're called the Neo-Futurists, in case you want to look them up. And the name of that group is called Killing My Lobster.
So it had lobster in there.
It did have lobster. I didn't make it up.
It has animal murder in there, so Dylan's a fan.
Yeah, you know I'm gonna join and then immediately request a name change.
I've seen chefs in the back of the house kill a lobster, and it's just like, this is terrible. I could never.
Oh, like at a restaurant?
Yeah, I used to work at a place called Shell's Seafood, and there's like a lobster tank, and people ordered lobster, and they're like, all right, we're gonna murder this one in front of like everybody.
Is that the place you lost your virginity at?
What?
That's the place you lost your virginity at, I'm pretty sure.
Dude, that's such a great random question to put into any conversation. No, the place afterwards, Atlanta Bread Company. I lost my virginity there.
That's the place. I was in the same ballpark.
Yeah, to a baguette. And yeah. But like the chef, like they take lobster and they'll like, I don't know, they bop it on the head to daze it or whatever. They have like rubber bands on the claws, and they just take like a chef knife and they just like boom, bam. And it's like you see like the legs flailing. It's terrible. It's gross.
Yeah. I don't like it.
That's the whole thing.
Well, on that note, I got to go see if my dad will make me a quesadilla. So, ooh,
Cases.
You
Are you
make
guys
really-
doing fun stuff for the 4th of July?
yeah, my grandparents have a pool, so we're gonna go to their house and have a barbecue and whatnot.
We're gonna celebrate.
He doesn't like barbecues.
I think I'm gonna look, and it sounds weird. I think I'm gonna look for like a house show, like a punk or like hardcore house show. I just like Fish and I love those kinds of things, and like I don't know how we're gonna find it.
Do you
But-
text people you know for that, or do you look that up and
In Albuquerque, it'd be easy because I know where the house shows are, and we have a lot of friends in the music industry out there. I don't know anybody out here though. Oh, I met one person that also just moved out here, and we're starting a band. We have our first practice next week, but he doesn't know anybody either. So, you know,
Dude, I've been like playing music with people now, like other musicians,
the best.
and I was excited. I was excited. I was excited to play with real musicians, you know? Like when like you get into comedy, like I want to meet like real comedians or like improvisers. And just because you're a real musician doesn't mean you know how to listen. And it's fucking nightmarish. Like everybody's just trying to like have their moment. And like everybody's just playing on top of each other. I'm like, am I the only one that's like to like create a piece? Like I'm just playing rhythm, you know, because nobody else fucking is.
The Post.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to do a show with Gigi and like we worked on some songs and stuff. And so I went to this music thing. I brought her with me. It was like, hey, we're doing this now. Let's do some music. And so people were like, hey, why don't you like play a song that you did? Because we'd like to hear you sing. She's like, okay. And so we start playing a song by a poet. So there's probably going to be lyrics. And then immediately, like she's singing a verse, and immediately everybody just starts noodling over everything. And there's a guy on trumpet, and he's screaming into the trumpet. He has like 2 different trumpet mufflers in front of him. He doesn't use either one. And he's getting like physical with it. He's like running around the room, like doing like panning sweeps with like in people's faces while we're just trying to play a fucking song that this guy asked us to play. He's the one that said, I'd like to hear a song that you guys made. And so she's singing the verse and he's like bleating his fucking trumpet right into her eyeball. Like, like fuck musicians, man.
All right. Well, Tito,
Yeah.
you've hung out with 3 musicians, so give it some time. Definitely don't. Also, I've never been around a trumpeter since middle school, so I don't.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem. You're hanging out with a 30-year-old man that still plays the trumpet in like a rock band.
Yeah, I think that's what I got frustrated with too when I was playing in a band for a little bit. It was just like, shouldn't we like layer this in so it comes in as like a cool layering thing where it's like, oh, maybe it's just the drums and then like the bass comes in and then the guitar, but it's always just like blah, blah, everyone playing at the same time, always wall of sound. It's like, no, we need like silence moments and layering and cool stuff, solos where we trade off. So it's like, oh, the trumpet's done and he passes it to the piano or something.
Well, it's because you're looking for a jazz band, Wes. Were you in a
jazz?
jazz?
No, you're just looking for people that can like listen and give a shit outside of themselves. And why is that so hard to find?
You got to just find the right people. I mean, it certainly sounds like you were not around the right people for what you were looking for.
There's also a lot of narcissistic musicians, and they have a hard time layering instead of just them being heard all the time. So I think you just have to find your musicians that you click with that are willing to do that stuff.
I'm for 4th of July, I'm going to see Gigi's family, and that's going to be fun. And they're planning on watching Hamilton, which like that's a fun way to celebrate.
Hamilton.
Yeah, it's so good. I haven't actually seen the release on Disney. I saw a bootleg of it long ago on YouTube. It was not.
That's all I've seen was the Disney one. It was good.
Did you ever listen to it?
I'm not like a musical person.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't something that I like seeked out, but I enjoyed it. So
I've listened to the album a lot. So I'm excited to just finally see it put added physicality. Because I love the music. The music's great.
The music's really cool how they mix it.
What's really great is like Gigi's family does not drop a bit. Like they're all funny people.
You've met them before.
Yeah, I met them last week.
Nice.
And they're like, you know what, you should come over for like 4th of July. It's happening. I was like, all right, these burgers were delicious. This corn was burnt, but like the dad is like, I'm gonna make good corn next.
You fucked up my corn. I don't want to.
This corn was burned.
Tito returns it and asks for his money back.
I'd like you to pay me for me eating this corn.
Stuff for
Yeah,
you.
but yeah, they're all like good people and fun people. So like that'll be a nice 4th of July as opposed
Is
to
there are there names like, so she's Gigi, is he Dada and his mom Mama?
yes,
And
yes,
Bro and Sis?
exactly.
BB, CC, DD. They just go through the alphabet.
Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna get going because I gotta go do that stuff too.
Oh, what are you doing, Wes? Did you say?
I'm just going down to my aunt's house in Corrales. We're just gonna eat food and chill. Maybe I think I'm gonna bring Risk because I haven't played that in a while, and I love Risk.
Forever.
Yeah,
Hopefully your family stays together after playing that.
I know. Yeah,
It'd be like
No
a
longer
janitor
my
might-
aunt.
that's so true. That's why I love it so much. It gets people so animated and like just angry. It's just like, this is so fun. I'm so angry.
I strongly recommend you all try the first episode, any episode of Auntie Donna's Big Ol' House
right.
of Fun. 20 minutes, play it like for the first time with your family. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, do play that
Yeah.
and Risk at the same time.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I'll see you later, guys.
All right, bye.
Talking. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Y'all.